Dry Cleaning. The album is called Stumpwork. I like how we've now started putting the record label on the notions.
Thanks, Yanni.
I'm not going to mention it. So anyway, we're going to talk about the album track by track. That's what we do. The first one is Anna Calls from the Arctic. God, it must be cold there. This is a song that has a very nice bass line carrying the track. However, it's too long.
Well, that is an opinion that I don't share. Well, the negative part anyway. I share the part about the bass line. Dry Cleaning, they do have some naughty bass. That was evident in the first album. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here and I'm a man. I can't do it.
Shocking.
Hey.
And I'm going to say it now. This album's better than the first one. I enjoyed it a lot more. I think this is a fantastic opener. I really, really like this track. I liked it when it was a single. The lyricism, just
Tip top.
On point.
Tip top. I just want to start by saying that I've managed to avoid looking at this artwork while
it's
listening to this song.
hideous, isn't it?
And now I'm staring it in the eyeballs, in the pubes, and it's making me feel a bit sick. And I think it's going to affect my score. I'm sorry to tell you guys. It's so heavy. I just don't like looking at it. Anna Calls from the Arctic. I think this is a great opener. I like how kind of low key it is. In terms of the vocals and the guitar, a very nice kind of atmospheric undertone of guitar throughout, which works very well, and obviously that very nice drive and bass. But yeah, a good opener, a solid opener.
Nice. Next up, we have Quenchy Cups. Big respect for getting the word dick face
Absolutely
into a song.
Absolutely. That needs to happen more.
It does.
This is arguably my favourite track of theirs that I've heard. Or just initial attraction to a song. I just thought it was fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Just hit me like a ton of bricks.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Be careful,
you.
lad.
Mr. Godchlong, please talk.
You want me to talk? This is out of
Every
order, though.
fucking week. No, it's
Yanni,
not.
you spoke.
Liam, Yanni mentioned dick face. That was clearly all he had to say.
Oh,
It is.
right, okay. Okay. I think this song's really good. It's probably possibly my favourite off this album. And I really enjoy the guitar in this. I think it's an issue with this this band and this type of music.
Stay with us, mate.
Album.
Stay with us.
I'm still here. Just trying to gather my thoughts. Is that it's, the guitar there's a lot of kind of parts to the main guitar, but it does repeat kind of often, and I think that works really well for the type of music. It can just get a bit repetitive. That's more of a comment for the whole album, not necessarily this song, but I might as well get out there because it kind of applies. But lyrically, I really like this one. I love the whole I'm going to see the water caterpillar, no such thing, and the way she goes, as if like, what? Just that delivery and stuff on some of those kind of more comedic lines are really good, considering she's very kind of one tone the whole way through. It doesn't feel like that. It does feel a bit more like she's putting some expression into some of the stuff she's saying.
Well, I mean, when we reviewed that first album, which I was very much not a fan of, that was sort of when all this Sprechgesang started hitting the forefront of popular music, and it took some adjusting to, personally. But with this, I can now appreciate the fact that she's not that monotonous.
No.
Out of all the singers of this style,
yeah,
she's the least monotonous.
But like she almost is at the same time. It's quite a
No, you can't be both, Liam.
No, it's quite admirable how she somehow does it. Where, like, if you were to look at the range of notes, it doesn't feel like it's that much. But the way she stretches some notes out and kind of like adds little affectations and stuff in places, I think really makes a difference.
I think it's easy for us to kind of, you mentioned it in the group chat, one of you, about the Sinead O'Brien effect, where I really like Summer's Sinead O'Brien, but in terms of a whole project, it's quite taxing sometimes. However, despite the vocal delivery being the same the whole way through in the Spreksang style, I do think that there is melody in this album, and
Yeah.
to marry the two is very impressive, and it works well.
Truly.
She provides a solid, like, sorry, go on.
Oh, it's fine. I was just going to wrap it off by saying I hope there were otters there.
Oh, yeah. I hope there were otters there as well, to be honest. I was just going to say that as well as kind of adding melody, she also vocally adds a lot of rhythm, which I think is very interesting, and like drops it into the right places, where it's like there's just been a bit of guitar for the last like 3-4 seconds, and then she'll just say 2 words and then kind of leave it, and I don't know, it just works very well.
Next up, we have Gary Ashby, which was one of the singles. I liked this a lot when it came out, which I think was to the surprise of both of you at the time. And I still very much like this. Probably my favourite.
Well done, Yanni. Well done.
Thank
Congrats,
you,
son.
Daddy.
Um,
Daddies. I've not finished, goddammit. The guitar and the bass combination. I don't know what it is. The tones maybe, but just and what's being played. It's just instant enjoyment.
I think it's that they're playing like almost completely different things. They seem like they shouldn't fit together at all. They're not at all following through most of the songs the same rhythm, the same melody, nothing. It seems so divorced from each other. And yeah, when it does come together, it's delicious.
Yeah, I like how the vocals are sung in a higher register, particularly in the chorus. Well, sung. This is as close to singing as we get, which is a nice. I don't want to say the juxtaposition word, but it has impact, shall we say? And despite the fact that the chorus is basically just a name, it's very good, and it is a nice little hook. It keeps it in my head regularly, and just, if anyone has seen Gary, please do get in touch.
Yeah, I really like how this also runs in from Quenchy Cups.
Oh yeah, transition is lovely.
There's a few nice transitions that aren't really like they're not like overly thought out transitions or anything at all. They just do flow very nicely into each other. And that's very nice. And yeah, Gary.
Family Totos.
Driver's Story is the name of the next track. There was interesting guitar parts in this, but I wasn't really mad on this one.
Yeah, I think this style of music really does struggle when it's a slower song. I don't know if that's my interest levels that are the problem, or if the actual song just isn't as great. I don't know, but I feel like you can kind of hide behind a lot of instrumentalization to paraphrase.
I'm born again.
Yeah, you can hide a lot behind loud instruments, and when it's a slower song, a lot of the time the instruments are not as prominent, and with this vocal style it just kind of loses my interest ever so slightly. That is a beautiful jumper, might I say. Just very nice.
I know. I'm very happy with it.
Jumper appreciation. 10 seconds there. Done. Back to the music. I agree.
10 seconds of my life.
It probably wasn't 10 seconds. But it's lasted longer now because we're still talking about it. And I've lost my train of thought. So that's all well and good, isn't it? I agree. I think I was going to say I agree. It does suffer. It does suffer when it's slower. But I think the guitar and bass is great in this. And I'm always very enamoured by this guitarist. I think he's very, very inventive in what he plays.
Definitely.
And phrasing and things like that is very, very interesting. And I love watching live videos of them. One, because the singer looks like she's completely spaced out the whole time, just looking completely in the distance and talking to herself. Very strange to watch. But also the guitarist just looks like he's having a great time. And it really feels like it's his like two people's passion projects just kind of smashed together. Of she loves poetry and he just loves jamming. And this is what we get.
This is what you get. Next up, you have Hot Penny Day. Nice bass in this. Nice bass. And I like the sax. I presume it was sax in the chorus.
Yep, I really like the guitar tone in this one as well. It was quite reminiscent of Favourite Worst Nightmare. Don't know if either of you got that, particularly the tone. Just a really good track again. Like it a fair bit.
Yeah, I also don't really have much more to say about that. I assume the sound just like what Yanni is that kind of whatever that is.
Yeah.
That sounds like one of those like plastic, like no, the ones with the keyboard where you blow into the keyboard, something like that. Don't know. It doesn't sound like it sounds like a strange instrument, whatever it is, anyway, and it sounds very good.
It does. That's why I mentioned it. Next up, Stumpwork. Now, you may recognise that word, and that's only because it is also the album title. So, calm down. I've explained it to you. The stabby parts that happen reminded me of Shoot the Singer.
Yes.
Did you?
You've spoiled what I was going to say.
Yes.
I was going to ask you.
I
was going to ask you what this. Yeah, no, it does remind me of Shoot the Singer a lot, and it's a very enjoyable stabby rhythm.
Yeah.
It's very satisfying.
I think this is my second favourite track, to be honest. Just because that rhythm was just infectious. Callum.
Wow.
Ground control.
I liked it, but nothing really stood out to me. I was tired at this point, so I do apologise.
A little tired boy.
A little tired boy.
This is also my second favourite track, Yanni, for the same reason. That stabby rhythm is great, and also the do 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 part is very nice. When she sings that. Yeah, solid tune, to be honest. I think this is the one that I kind of feel like I would go back to the most. I think just as a random song.
Nice. Next track on speed. No Decent Shoes for Rain. I like the build-up of intensity in this track. Definitely something that I needed in this album at this point. Something that it was familiar, but also it seemed like it was progressing. Which unfortunately after this, I am a little bit bored. But this track, I like the build-up of intensity. Like I said, someone else want to take over?
I'll take over. Yeah, I like that too, Ioannis. Guitars sounded quite shoegaze, which, as we know, tickles my bum. I thought Florence sounded quite Mike Skinner in the delivery in this one. And again, the lyrics are just absolutely fantastic. Let's smoke and drink and get fucked, I don't know. Let's eat pancake. Yeah.
I mean,
great.
Either or
Singular
both.
pancake.
Singular pancake.
Let's eat pancake.
That's how Karis talks.
I agree with all that, especially about Karis.
Yeah, but how many? Pancake?
One, just pancake.
Pancake.
That's a pancake.
She's going to hate that. That's definitely going in the teas, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really like the guitar in this one. That's all I'm going to add to that. Yeah, the guitar build-up, as you say, Yanni, is very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Don't press me, Liam.
Don't gas me.
There was a bit more singing in this one. There was a section, can't remember whether it was repeated, but I remember as I was listening through whilst doing my work, there was a section where she was actually singing a little bit, and I was taken aback. I thought, no way, I'm not listening to this dry cleaning band, am I? I can't be. And I put that was very, very welcome to hear that. So that's all I've got to say on that one. You've been pressed.
I'm reading the lyrics again here.
Yeah, me too.
All I could afford was a gaming mouse, so don't touch my gaming mouse, you rat. It's just great. It's just absolutely fantastic. I like the woodwind that was following a riff.
Woodwind.
That was fun. I don't know what it made me feel, but I had a good time listening to
it. Yeah, I still like this song. I don't remember it being this short when we covered it as a single. But it doesn't. I don't feel like it needs to be any longer. It's perfect. It's perfect.
I remember it being
and the singing is great. And "Don't Touch My Gaming Mouse, You Rat" is one of the best lines.
I
ever.
remember that. I remember the gaming mouse
Yeah.
line. I think we've commented on that, but I don't remember this song. I don't. Conservative Hall. All right song, good lyrics, but I was a bit bored by this one, which sort of came out of nowhere because I was quite positive on the other tracks before this, but this suddenly hit me and I was like, I'm getting a bit bored of this now.
Conservative Hall or Conservative Hell?
Hell. Conservative Hell.
Yeah,
Hell.
I was checking out a little bit at this point. However, again, I would like to know a particular lyric that I enjoyed. I wanted to thank you for organising the Edinburgh trip, which, apart from what happened to my Kindle, was amazing. What happened to the Kindle? I have to know.
Intrigue. Mystery.
I have to know. Leave a YouTube comment. Let me know.
Let him know. I just don't really remember this song, and I think I realised that when it got to "Don't Press Me," last time I listened to it, I for some reason thought, when the album finishes and it plays a similar track, and then I restarted it and didn't make it to these last couple of songs because, again, listening back to this last song as well, I just do not recognise them. I think I've somehow managed to not listen to these songs. So
Okay, that's gonna be good for the.
Yeah,
next
I've
couple
not
of
listened.
songs
I've not made notes about the last two either.
Oh, right, well, I have, so that's
It's
fine.
not alright.
Liberty Log. I like this one quite a bit. The bass was nice, and all the other sounds that were happening that weren't guitars and drums and a vocal were nice, vibey. However, there is a guitar part that comes in, I believe, about halfway, that is just not playing what should be played. It's completely like a different key, and it is annoying.
Oh yeah,
There
like
you
the
go.
stabby chords in the background.
Yes.
Listening to it just in isolation now, not knowing the rest of the context of the song, sounds all right. But maybe
You would say that, you bitch.
Is it a good ender, Yanni? Can you tell us, knowing the context of the song?
Oh, sorry. And Icebergs, which is the ender.
Is that
You're trying to rush me here, goddammit.
No.
No, it's a very, very bad way to end the album, I'm afraid. So sort of a mixed bag overall, isn't it, boys?
Oh, I do remember this
Yeah.
one. I recognise the lyrics about the finding lingerie.
Oh, you
Lingerie?
would, you perv.
Lingerie.
Yeah. And I remember thinking it was a little bit of a dud ending, really. But I think that
Dud.
possibly comes after having a couple of not so standout
Slappers.
tunes.
Okay, now because we're doing two, we're gonna fucking rate them. Why not? Rate
Why
on.
not?
Rate me.
Cal.
I'm going to give this a generous 7 because what I like, I really like.
I'm going to also give it a 7 because I believe that's the right answer.
Well, I wouldn't like to be declared wrong, so I'm also going to give it a 7. For the very same point, Cal,
Solid
the songs that I did like,
sophomore.
I really liked.
I think this is
solid
definitely
sophomore.
the best full project offering of Sprekazang I've heard.
Yeah,
possibly
unless you
fair.
throw some other names.
Unless you consider maybe like, is Court in Sprekazang?
No.
It seems
No,
to just say
some
a
of
lot
it, some
that.
of it can be.
Do you know what I mean? Like
suppose.
what the? But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'd say Crass
actually-
probably was.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah. I would say, and Tennis probably is. Sorry. Maybe revisit that first album because I listened
No.
to it after this one, and it's from
I will.
ever since we covered it.
Oh, well.
I've listened to it a few times, and I actually really enjoy it, to be honest. And
I will listen to it. I
it
was
makes me more excited for
being
this
silly.
one. I would say that this one sounds a bit better, but I feel like the
You don't.
first album's a bit more kind of upbeat, possibly. There's something about it. Although there's a few like electronic drums and stuff in it, which is anyway. We're not reviewing that album, so
We're not. Thank you for listening to this album review. If you like the album, then tell us down below.